Me mamunyina ajo Ediba Capital Radio 97.1 FM so. Moment of Awakening program no so na yedri. Enyanemre. Nimdie nso ene di nyane. Enye nda wada se wada wakata wani wada. Na se nimdie bi wo ho na woni a wada. Se wo hu a wanyane nimdie. Within the Kosi Asise Capital Radio 97.1 FM and I would say the Mamma Jubium did say will be a here and put one from some here papa. Yo Yenim says an agitated phone at door soon will be a quite sorry and also be cook a we a ceremony. It been so a traditionalist almost soon young coupon. Now so ye will be no of our more the almost say more Yankupon ni ho Yankupon tiase. Ye baby as say ye betena wi ase keke ni ewu ni akọ. Na to de bia ensem wa ye agidifo na keka fa omo ho no metia na enye mede. Be ka so ma omo ni omo nante ma mu fi wo omo ya condemn wo omo. Anya bia ya to ya boase ebisa wo mu de ntia omo so bo ni Nyankopon di omo akwa asore da ana omo nko da omo awofo no mu ni Nyankopon di no mo tete wo mu anase no omo awofo ye agidifo ekoba ne sen no omo so omo ni Nyankopon di ye komukura ye se Nyankopon ye wo mu ahoro ye se wo mu ahoro ye se wo Bible wo mu Nyankopon ene ye wo friend say say snails Nyankopon ema ebinum ewia Nyankopon ma ebinum enti ene no ye pesi ye kunu ye fifi mu kwasi mensa watena edwam yes ani aka no watnasi watnasi kwasi mensa atnasi ana kwakudua so atnasi memu nyina adwo
yenia
sa obi ahon ye de
yo ho ya pa
yo enti enkomo na yebedi ne no e very simple adenti na ebinum se omo de Nyankopon de omo ni Nyankopon ni ontiase ana ebinum so se Nyankopon wo ho omo tumi di dance se Nyankopon wo ho mesremo me de mo bia mbisa me ba bia magina e be se me no me bisa asem be be se bi pinsin mu na me hu nkure ewo Kweku, me no be shasi.
Hello.
Say bibia boko de.
Oh, bibia boko.
Good.
Na answer na shasi mitimi de ai mitimi kan sem you no bi.
Ka.
Edi kan ene me ba otoso mi you na woda.
Oh, cool. Happy birthday. Boni din.
Your friend Adoma.
You owo hefa.
Oh,
ben so not.
Chapatre.
Okay.
Oko school o say to international Ginyase.
Okay.
Nti me ma no happy birthday.
Oh, that's it. Sweet father.
Na the otoso mi unu say atunsu infancy free chapatre. Dumpasi Junction. Eba babisi brewery no. The yataka no blue you know. O ma ye kwan pa ma yen pa do mase. No madesere ne say traffic lights no.
Doso.
Baby ho kwa. Yes. The emphasis the kwa insan dwomu si. Enye baby a car bia mpo.
I say the traffic light is.
Ujina cars na fa ha no say ba akokra mpo de sisi de omodum no de wo agogo hospital ho no. Sa kwan ye da ho na. Omuso na em say omutimi so na traffic na chia free agogo ho no aba besi
na say hospital ho.
Yes, enti ono kra no sisi de omodum no. Ne mi gidie pa de ohun anka de o high school numpo no etimi control ni nyina yefse se unya stop high school for na for bare 2 minutes ka bia mpo nhyeda eni kwan so de opeso otwam bia etwam mi bei utimi gina be mi gina 2 minutes de ba ko sa kra wa ahensan kronum sei ka bia mfiri wo ma enso ni egina ho
se na yakwasiada
ene yakwasiada ne ehonye ba bia ho ye high traffic area obeka se enti se ekwan no mi gidie de yebenya ho mfaso pa traffic lights no yesromo ekwan omontete so
ate
untimi nya kwan passe yento ho se amanfo nche de nya ho mfaso santi adesre de ne de to mpanifo nanim
yo straight to the point. Identity na unji Nyankopon endi.
Okay. Me sure say question no ese ye dan ni mum okay ene say obi anya eye nyame bi ho adanse mpo emmai eno aka say unje say nyame no
and they want to minka
adanse bi eni ho
o de yanko straight to my question
inti ye kan
said the adanse obi di na wonyini no eno nkyere say nya adanse inti we let's go straight yanka about wo
yes inti me ne de my position and I me gina bia meka say ene it is bibiri gina bia pe say nyame na omo kyere say wo ho no one omuntimi nda adanse bia di say say nyame no wo ho if you sanka wonya adanse say nyame no wo ho a nka ye nyina no ye di sa nyame na chi if say ye ka say nyina mpo mebusa say nyame ne mu di hen bible mu di no Quran mu di no eye meme asantini nti meka say asantifo nyame no ana say o ya nwunani anwunafo nyame o ye nkranni a nkranfo nyame sa nyame no mu nyina mo nya adokoro nti kopem say wo betimi ada nyame
sa na wonimu no ana
sa na tie nyame brofo bi na ba mitine beka say nya tangible enti say phone we ohun nti say me the phone we e kire French ni a obu ni din a kire me say nyina ye den inima de kro ne o ka say nyame a eye gidie enye ade bi a eye physical obetimi aka say wasum eye ugidie evise say de na ye nananu mu nyame no enye saa na abrofo no so no mu hu mu nyame ohun say de ala etie no enye saa na yawe etie nyame de bibiri aba ebi ewu me sure say nyame wu nso kra eye yawe ne ala
yankopon be na nim na wawu
oh say Zeus obi anka Zeus asembio
no ye yankopon
yes no ye yankopon no oye the leader of the gods all those gods say nyame na no mo ho ni nyina no ma ye den o mawu oko Egypt
no wu yanka na sembio wana so say wu ana say me yanka wa sembio no you have to be specific
oh say okay ewu ne de ewu na me kan say omunni eticha
say no interest omo say no interest omo
me gitum say
interest kana samu so omunni etitafo bi
yes no say me kaso ewu anya say bia say
David obi wo ho be kaso no we need to be exact
okay oh yes on me no ya adwen say you na me use na flattery kakra enti sa nyame ni nyina no say no omo achidifo no mpo me nya so mo duru mi no e wo wiase eye ni onyame bi ti say yi wo ho Odin eye Scandinavian countries no enyame no obi amu ni din biu ohun eye Jupiter na enyame bi din Ra eye Egypt fo nyame no ohun nti no kra ne say nyame nde bibire aba ohun omotwam eye Yahweh ene Allah ye mo nso mra nkakra say de na me pese me use word na me use first no mo nso bewu ye mo mra ohun ti enye mredi kan a nipa bibiri wo saa gidie no say nyame bu wo ho nyame bu wo tumi okọ Greece man mu a omo nkro ni bia omo no toto saa eye Athens omo capital omo do to omo anyame ne baako Athena me pese me ka say bosom if say wadwen na kire wo saa de ntia me ka say saa nyame no mo nya de kron so ne say ye fa nyame asante me de asante asema na akamfo de ene mitimi ayden akan bi na ye minim die mu no saa nyame no wo ho no ne enka ne say saa nyame no ekche o tumi bia che say de ye kire yawe ase no nye saa na ne ye kire saa nyame no na ogun sa kire na otie say na okọ de ne ye kana bosom so a no eden otie ba yawe de ono nso ewo ono de ogidi se age se wabeku no ho ne eye nyame ana akamfo nim no oni sa bibia sa anka ne ho nti se woka kire me se nyame a question pa mebusa no se emu dian hin na se sei no men fama asem ko
twama no ansa mesremo etiefo obi wo ho a na program ne ye ne de pa na nso no wetu kwan okoye website capitalradio971.com capitalradio971.com obetumi etie eno eya sound so wo pese wo hwe a ye stream live e wo YouTube obehwehwe Capital Radio 97.1 FM Capital Radio 97.1 FM. You stream YouTube and your sound stream our Facebook and also your Capital Radio 97.1 FM. Inti Munshan and so more mo pese mo share program no. Your numbers and so your 055 75 2213 055 75 22213. Your WhatsApp and so a text message. Inti say o pese o to question be a man wo mo a o de fama na me Facebook nso ye wo ho metumi me bisa wo mo amount to aso.
Inti na mkasa mpese me dana question is inti nyame dia he pampo na sese no o pese me gisa nyame ni di
se omu nyina wo kase omu nyina ya nyame o but mono atheist no mo si nyame bia ni ho.
Yes sir,
not even there's use gods and whatever god mo ni anamuji bidi na munji bidi
ye kan say unti obiantimi da eye nyame no mu bia danse empo na abane se makase me gisa nyame ni di ana me ngisa nyame ni ndi
nti mo nyina so a ne se esese omu yi sa omu nyankopon ne edi kire mo
omu time de sa nyame no ho adanse
so na mo pese omu faso no mo yi ne edi
se metimi aka eye yawe ne alasem iso mo no mo ye popular pa me so so mu nim kwan omu faso a mo da omu ho edi a obia ntimi nje ho achinye mi ade obusa me a de mekan bia no ne omu nim ifi se omu kire omu ngomo no mu se ansampo ne ebe wo me no na omu nim se ebe wo me sa show ya ene imira eyi sise imira mete he kura no no omu nim da se me ba be sa show ya nsa na ye wo me nti me sure se omu nim kwan be fa so ado omu ho adi a obia mpo ntimi enje eho achinye na de tie ne se nipa bebre no wo gidie nko na nimde nho me de picture bi emane ho obetimi de atoso amame a
ye betimi de atoso amame
fatoso mame me ka cho se me ma me ne papa picture beje obeje edi
mintu bi nkyere
o me busa so obeje edi se me ma me ne papa ni a
mintu bi nkyere
o me ka se obetimi a kyere me
se me ni mo ma me ne wo papa mintu bi sa me a mintu bi nkyere ade se me ni mo ma sa na ba kyere fatoso
question me busa o me se obeje edi ana unji ni me ka se obetimi a kyere ana untimi nkyere ujidi se
mu de mi nyi questions ano nti na me ka kyere so mintu bi nkyere
okay se etiefo hwe a ebe den pa se me ka kyere mo se me ma me ne papa pictures ana mo mfoni ena
eye Donald Trump ne ne repeat
ena da so
se the answer ne no you ma me
yes yes so ho mo no
yes enti adenti na wuntimi njindi if you say unimdie mu no
o me abrofo ye bibi
enti ye onimdie ohun ene ye ogidie ubetimi agye di ono de bibia mpo nsi ho kwan se obegye di se me ma me ne papa ni ne onimdie mu no a unim so mo ya abrofo na ye hu abrofo mienu o ma wo before da no nti enimdie no etimi eboan ma gidie bi wo ho a yetimi yi free ho se saa asem a wo ka no minim ohun miti ho minim se Zeus ana no nimdie a me wo sisie no ohun entimi enda sai na di efi sanka nimdie no wo ho a anka yenhia gidie kopem se ugi bibidi no na kyese unni hu nimdie what you say nimdie a unhia gidie efansa enye be na otwemienu ni a na me no yedi nkomo ni enhia na metimi a kyerɛ okwan bi so ye kozai sane se kozai minim no pa na nim eso ohun de metim de na meka bia no emigidie asem na me yeden meka no minim hia ye free hoko no de meka bia no enimdie ena me yeden meka no se mehu metimi a describe o meka no krempo atwa mpo na minim so ye younger than se de misi yeden ehu no saa na mihu no enso den tesa ti migidie no nti gidie de obia obetimi enya gidie bi nemu ugidie no ene unim de no ohun se ugidie no so a ese unim de no so ye den eso ye nane no
yo nsem a mewo bisa no nyina no metwen so ansa anwo nsem bebre a me bisa wo but metwen so ansa kwesi
is that say
e mo akwa ba
ye no prep ni
unso gina bia ne sen
Well, me would not be ample. O dear, my mean can say, age not be dear. Many Bemedia, a dream, a war, especially Nim dear, any GD, the body be see, you know. Miss Asuya, no, I dream say, Ampa, if you see it to me, cause he and young Conny Emrea, or Musician, yes, yes, it be a decaying ba, so boom compo coachria. Ba bisia ye nyanya mi bebre e no kre e bi kra na bi so e was scripture say de ne yi hu ne just say ne no sa scriptures no ba ko mienu bi wo ho de enso eni dom eni ho asori dan
no I just me pese ye ka say omo di nyankopon di no nko say ye whatever omo nko at least omo di bibidi ye wo omo so omo nyifi ni Omo ni hwi no that's where I want to consider.
Oho na me ye nyina ye bo be.
Okay.
Say obi enu o wo na o se me hwi ni. Oh no because answer na ubenya nyumdie no. Ese onya gidi asa. Oh dem say. Until you believe it and then you see it.
Until we can say you are from a believer's position to a non-believer's position.
No, you wait for it.
Okay.
You wait for it. I want to just say there is position for everybody on this same planet. O say nya omo a omo nkase omo bitima kase omo nyanyame ni based on nimde and based on GD omo say omo nyanyame ni and you say you see owo nipa bi so a omo bitima kase ampa omo nyanyame di as to whether or not they can prove that is not your case. It's Ankrofone case. So for case of unbelievers no a tie a year awakening say na me GD say oba no benya ho nimde a otumika se ade no kra no ente sa papa enti no ifiri okro no eho akwankyere ne eho bra bia so obobia no obeheda yi ne ho afiri dodo na mu nenso no kom a se wo hwede be madu akan ya mizazi se ewiase afa na nyina ye wogidi e wo culture bia mu se enema yehu no ena hokwa e wo bofo. It have to be a result of creation, whether by chance, by evolution, or by anything. Come wa oni peduema utumu se wa angasa kra no onte wo hwase kwan ntia anade ntia otiase enso otiase nti saa ndo de oba me asantifo ha ebeka se obi nkyire abofra nyame nti ha ye mponti se nyame ne wa ha kwa nyame ne wa ha kwa na imomu no se obi a wo pa kwankyere ewo honhom ni ade dia ye wo kwan afa so ye kopa ya kwankyere wo honhom ni bibinya nenso no nansen de ma meji wo question din se engrofo bi proud wo ho se wo ye unbelievers ba yini mo so at the point no mo ye believers wo mo na be medu ya ka se omu gidie se believer je se we gidifo gidifo no no practice gidi afi wo man ho kwan esua ne ma nya ne esua no se bi wo ko school kwa ati fonti asesa go ne ma yesua no wasas no kosi
nyani nyina ne
na school mu de se na school mu de ka yo na academia kwa so masina ga ya de kra maso ari aze ko na ese yeko ene akwa ni ende
ene ya my certificate e mi da pa aduma bia
usaza me de ro e mi be
ya to ta se be salutu ese yakọ enimu
but yesua de bibia de bia
nokre
ukitaka ka na be kire ase o pre ho ape phone eni kwase ye kire o phone ansa na watobi wo de to u use na no
no ehunu enokre obe se enokre asa to foforo sanity
sana abrabo ene yitie eti dodo na omo frɛ omo unbelievers ne ema se sofo kopɛ ne wasem ko kira adwen a no mo twabɔ no kramofo teacher fo iba TV so ne omkra channels bebre enso kopɛ ne wasem ko kasem bi enkanka fa nyankopɔn ho a ana ala ho a no mo bu afu no waso mo ba afu no mo agya hinu mo bekyerem se ala bia ne ho onyankopɔn bia ne ho ni nyina ayo ntro mene bi atwam na ojisa ne manedi den na ma hu ya ene ka sa nkrofo na o se nka onya dodo na wa mimi sei me nya unbelievers a nenso no me nim die nti ma nkwa soro kra me ni problem papa grave ze de tani shewa ha man elderly gentleman bisa man krokro bi those days and the other side
kwame ana bibi ana
yeah me
do confirm not
no confirm not no o say oh today be 40 years ni me so bible nya me so de bi ha meti ase ba wono wo kan so no there was a time I know some bible nyame nimdie bi na de be duru ba bi a osum nyame de na so nya bible nyame na Etino, dear Bemedia Kayano, Nina Yanocre, and Yameno Dawson, Obia and the Obia and Conan in church, or how much it for crowd to Miss Ampa, Yamini difference room. Nelson, walk warmo, tremu, and no almost some, any or moon, nim the any, even or my brabo mobile, any or modis to whom a war, and canca, and Quani Wachia. HSA. Omuna dream say Yamina Okano, and any epe. Yes, Omuna, and baby free benti. Na a desire coach and Nakahon, this our lifestyle Nakahon, see through her a cock for soprana. They will still export some of those coaches, and those people now will have to adopt those coaches by importing them more. And yet, yeah, as a bed dress say Israel for, yet, yeah, a bed dress say Saudi for, yet, yeah, a bed dress say Egypt for, Nina no, yes, Sajidi for no coin for so. For more years, say, unbelievers no. And yes, or Munini say, if we are sned da hono and Nahoqua. Made Bemedia or Chummy Fahim cry, meaning say, what Tenahuasi, Quine Bisso say, a den and mamma come able. A den and mammy to me, Nanti. A den and mammy to me, Nini Padincomo. A den and mammy Tias, and then a mammy. To me, cousin's animal when you a barqua, new beer and a shay. And who has me who will be crow, say will be near and now will be near. So I will be chrono, so to me, down when you cry, I have any. Because how can you do all these things and still come as small? Say, it's not only this episode, I can't say me go on you. And you want some come use. Because you're not telling him, saying, I'm in Bosro. Oh, by us in Yamina was Romiana and none. Ah, you want to marry anyone? I don't know about you crying, you're shouldn't be man. No, say, who got a brim? Oh, you can't win the moon. How can you pride yourself around say uni nyankopon nyina saa na enimre uko Saudi Arabia kwakache ose uni Allah na suma sebra at this time abra scriptures ne hihye no expectation mu hwe nyina on fall within they might finish you just like they used it to Jesus Christ those days. You get my point? Iti sa nyanse wo mu say nipa nti asemu no eni fan say yenya wo bibi se nyamenie nti wodi wugidi kra eye na se obeka se oni what is say adano obeka se kire and
no problem
honde enya me nkomi problem o mo ye from unbelievers no mo problem pa ne ho even though they all have internal dialogue it's a given. It's something that you are participating, whether you are aware of it or not. You are participating. If you are aware, it's better. Then you can create more presence. More light can come from you. You can be of help to many things. If you are blind to it, you are manipulable. You are controllable. Anybody can just do this as a sebi. But bonus are not over 2 because it means you are participating, but you are not aware. Indeed, you can be controlled by others. The moment you become aware, no matter how small the awareness, no, Mr. I say, you will just take yourself out of many things you took for granted, say a faith or belief or whatever. Now, if you want to say, David, I don't think I have, just like Jesus said, you don't have to go to a temple before you see God. So long as you are walking God.
Yeah. But that's it. Kweku, where angle no the floor neighbor. It may be so wakwa soreda.
Sorry.
Nti wa the all can west supi wako kremu so da
actually say minim okay in the metia sorry say wako sun bi da
na me esono
oh ha nti o second question na ada sa yinidi
so obi wo ho a o chinchin
okay
nti na me pese bi hunu say Christosum
pa de menko bi da ne ma practice Islam pen.
Who practice for Redro saying?
Make us until around SS.
Who shall see free time then? Okay,
me my minute to tell me. And I'm my practicing Ahmedi.
Okay.
Until by default, most me call practice CB.
Okay.
Until around SS time, no. Doubt started setting in.
Doubt Ben say.
Oh, so for instance. So yeah, Kremoni. I'm just speaking about what I thought then. Around my time now, there were so many Christians around. And if your parents wanted you to, so now all 4%, oh yeah, as for training in the knowledge of, Brofone Yados, as for Bible, Mune, Quran, Munina. na nokora nso ne sɛ ɛne Christopher bi kora ka sɛ nkramofo mpo nim Bible mu paa if a verse bi wɔ hɔ a Christo ni bi kora nkan da so na kramunhi bi akan wonim de openti ni bi a wai dai wakan hɔ no nti ye training wɔ Bible mu kakra na ya training me sɛ memfa me Christo ni nom sɛ de be ya mette ɛyɛ ɛsom no ase nti me komanim na mehu sɛ sɛ mintimi emma Christopher a certain giving bia adentina yesa sa giving na medema enkramufo
giving ben
say mitimi concede bibi bama two classical examples Paul and Muhammad enkramufo no beka say ebe professor Mecca the prophet Muhammad okay on the road to Damascus and Paul in our revelation kremoni bia no a minim se ogesa yi ne tum across all the sect omunyana eka se hallucination and Paul inyae okay now about the story of Muhammad no so angel Gabriel ebe reveal verses e chere no mountains no I didn't know the intimi hallucinations I didn't know say me deny Paul there but I should accept the case of Muhammad. It's a movie anywhere, even Paul the Anquana dancing on. I'm so known an assistant to the same. But Muhammad the end there, no be any the site. So when come forward in Komoka cry, they often omota edi assembu into Quebecan se fell. Say na a funumponko bi kasa kasa say on the Balaam, the story of Balaam. All corner funumponko no so wonko na Balaam bufu ise obeku funumponko no na funumponko no ne kasa se na me no nanti nyina da be ne maye saada na sora bofo gina minim so story na is there ye kasre ba o sa flip side na Muhammad nso ne ntatia edi nkomo nti asem ne se adenti na ese me consider we but we ndie mamen consider se oji bibia di a ene ese oji ni nyina edi untimi nka se we gidie ne de minyintum ne omum we gidie ne de bo fe baka se convenient eyi na wo ye da bi ebi mu yemu bi o ha intimi nya sa convenient ye draw line na ya draw line.
I don't know how the gina so na wo sesa wadwen ana wo
adkunte mi gina so sesa ma adwen titru ne se ewiase na e wo no adanse bie ni ho ye wo adanse oni ma webri ho
odi na adanse
me de ni adanse bie ni ho se ye bu nipa se ebi se ye wo enipa evolution history yetimi ye with precise
ye de copy mu no
yes well understood to the extent say the entire field of medicine including pharmacy any neuro is based on saaniema no it is a saaniema no wrong anka medicine enye adwuma me can enye say medicine say true but medicine say as a practice healthcare he said that's how the entire world runs. Say those things are true. Say sa nimdie no no kore. Enya no kra nke ntimi nya sa results na yeden. Enya no. Enti say sa results no ho dia na che say no kore. Pacho say paternity test. What yes I want for your shoes. Ni akwa paternity test ni a che say. Enti yetimi de che say we ni we eden. Ebo abusia. Nti say ye tremua kwa yehu at the time bia na enipa de efre enipa si no bibia se eni wiase nti ye bede ne ya gise ni so ka se bibi bo nipa time be no bo nipa if you say emre bi ewo eye ya saasi so no na nipa bia ni ba bia at the time emra na dinosaurs no no na nipa bia ni ba bia nti ye de na ye krase untimi nkrase objective reality ye nyina yehu nti se ugidie ne objective reality no bo ebra ugidie ne de ye nyina anim no bo ebra meka se ugidie no na ese osesa no yentimi en chim de yente de nyina de ani hu de asote no yentimi nsesa no ne ugidie no emepe ohu ena mimi du so em se ho na meme ne me bra
kwesi mensa
kwesi me bra ye slide ohu if you say yo bibi nkomo mimi say de meka se kopim so obetimi adanyame bi adu no ana anyame bi adu no so bibi eni ho mpo e kire se ye ka se na o ka bibi se creation bibi eni ho enipa ba ko ne create your reality team
yeah but can say nipa and create but there's a creation you are call it creation
na fine obetimi aka ne sa nti obetimi aka creation na that creation no only has a time period na ebetimi
na mame nko dia wo kan ye no so into science say ebane say na nipa ba wi as say wo fan from the science perspective into science is there na science e
you can even from the science mechanics na e kamia say akoy two size the adance na kire na mka say the adance no wo enye gidie
into ebane say na nipa abawi as
nipa de ene all life on earth bibi o wi ase bia no
no ba o kan no o say emire bi atwam na nipa ni wi ase
yes
into yam fan logically in free ho say nipa bia ni wi ase a ebane say na nipa ba wi ase
into na meka say na me kirasia no say evolution explain saade no
almost saying
evolution is say enye say simple the adance ne kire ne say bibi o wiase bia twi ka say be ka na abode me pese me ka abode say basa na e kamia say me contradict me ho ne untwi ne de be ka ne say abode nti say obi ti a enye say bia me contradict me ho minim de me ka pa twi na pese me kantia abode nyina efri one ancestor which is from unicellular organisms ani be ka no eye ye na nim de no anko enuru ho nti unicellular organism ekwan bio no metumi afa so akire no twi ye na nim de enuru ho omo an James na nka omo dictionary ho
ye nyina ye free unicellular organisms my science kakra ntimete wase
yes
ena me pese me kire se ye nipa no ehimfa ni den ye ba ye
okay yeah evolution
can nipa asem
yes enipa no
evolution point ben ye ba ye
enipa I think about 4.5 million years ago.
Is it
2 million years ago. Na yene chimps ada eni from chimps omonso evolve here through this stage. Enye say na omonso etesa na na ye need this shape mpu. Nti evolution e kona no na ye split sa ye wo wi asisi e.
Nti o person kire say from chimpanzee no and nipa na
there be
evolve free
organism no ye be kan say ye common misconceptions nipa free chimpanzees mu
nti ye free hi
na me say ye free earlier organisms mu akwai so obi busa
organism ben
edin wo
organism
ono no ye the common ancestor for all organisms name oba enipa ye closest relative chimps the chimpanzees
o confuse me o confuse me
busa question me nya no
yen free hi any eba because cellular organisms no out of cellular organisms
unicellular
organisms no and other creatures epie mobile
yes other organisms
so that unicellular organism and all living organisms epie free mobile whether it's chimpanzee or whatever are we on the same page?
Yes, we are on the same page.
Ye free hi
say inti ye free sa line na so
if you maybe say ye free chimpanzee that means that we are coming from that line. See, so we see you free that line.
I'm saying
line then you free nipa free all.
And I make us say ye no omo ye last common ancestor eno omo until at a point na ye split what you think
then ye split
the split
na say my memoir mo kakra
ka me can we say ye ka say organisms be split here fa ne say ofa enwuram akokɔ ne fie akokɔ a the same organisms unim say afunu mponko ene mponko timi wo afunu mponko donkeys ne horses omu timi wo if you say omu free the same lineage nti say mu free the same lineage no nche say mu free enipa free chimpanzees mu there be and tesa ye nyina
Minim
fi
say we have species, same species, but they differ in some way.
we are not even from the humans and chimpanzees.
Yemfa ejiramoa. Ejiramoa. Me bempacha mo fa nche me na sa edin mi ntumi mo. Tiger, lion, yenim say omo nyina are grouped as one. In one because omo nyina yemfa say send omo niama ne tie ne send omo we ne tie no. Into person o kire say omo nyina free one ancestor. Hwan.
Let me say that ancestor no kra no is irrelevant say obeka say oye hwan.
No, because I want to establish something.
Yes.
We need to establish say nipa or shall say free him because una all fan from the scientific point of view.
Yeah.
This all from the scientific point of view. Esa wo kama ni sisi to me ebe hu say ampa me free ha.
It is say make us nipa fancy free Homo erectus. The last year.
You should be able to prove it scientifically. Una the free one.
It's proven.
Those are
No, those are proven.
He may not produce it now, but it's
Yes, archaeological findings no. Say there is an hominid organism.
Yeah.
Inti at that time no omonium from Homo sapiens. If omuni Homo sapiens no features. What you say? Inti those Homo species no enyina wo ho.
Omo so mu free.
Omo so akwa na meka say akwa say wo ne onana. Wo onana wo ho. Inti ye tracy a ebia onana kra na me nana. Ye tracy be 200 years ago ebia nana baako. What you say? Inti as time goes on no na more split. Inti from a time no na ye ni organism.
Any sabe split nya abrofo.
Abrofo
enya Chinese.
Abrofo ne de no. Omo nyina na Homo sapiens. Na emum ono so crampo is very interesting. So if you go into the details apart from all those from Africa, your abrofo no 5% genes from Neanderthals. Almost 5% of their genes. Into that 5% in the separate abrofo, and everybody who is not an African from the rest. Then there are also the Denisovians, or Central Asia, muho baby, and Ninyana is DNA history num. What I say? Inti na make say this is the evidence. I dance here you know any. Oshe black man, now oshe white man. Genes no kwa kopem say ubedru near dental genes no ye better near explaining omo no so omo art omo cave ne sa animal nyina no ebesi ne no kra no omo fossils inti ekwan bi so no bi say yetimi explaining gidie bi no ebetimi explaining sa de no.
No, but we nyina yet assess science kra no hasn't got all the answers.
Yes, true.
But it has gotten the best answers.
No. Whether best answers or not.
No. Make us on you. On there.
They have gotten answers. Cool.
No.
As to whether they are best or not.
No, but
because at a point now answers be until say it's had to disprove the same things.
Yes.
There was a time and Newton's law now you're not undisputable.
Yes.
These days at least out of 3 now I think 1 or 2 is still standing.
At the moment, Einstein theory of relativity, no. Yes, but see, Newton,
gravity is standing.
Yes, gravity is standing. Newton, who said the all can, the theories, no. It me explaining Yama within the Earth, but outside the Earth, no.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. Yeah. Do you know what he said? That is good. That must be God. Yeah. Yeah. Until Einstein came and filled in the gaps. And you will cry Einstein, and also all the limitations, but that is a nipa. Until at the time, until say Newton theory, no,
was standing, no.
Yes, it was the best.
Yeah,
because yetimi the explaining yema yehunyina. Einstein the nedia aba, ebi obi so the nedia beba. At that time, it becomes the best.
Yeah.
Because
okay, I understand now.
Thank you very much. Until at all point in time, our best answer is the science. Dance here, and you
but what say? You are still discovering more.
Yes,
you are still discovering more.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Yabeka said nipa honam ene honhom. Ahina was wujina wo.
One why na beka sa. Can you miss me say nipa insuo honam
ija onye honhom de ne ni
nam say ye kan de ohun ye nyina timi kan bio mesmo timi
no,
ka
but
de
do
jaw
you
ni
know that scientifically omo ayusu the omo friend hypnotism hypnotism hypnotize will be auto suggestion where the person is now saying certain things which has happened in future.
Oh, anyhow,
I
would like to see that.
You've not. Is there?
No.
Is there?
I'm not saying to you.
It's there. Now,
I would like
even
to
dreams.
No,
you know my popular subject is even dreams.
Yes.
How do we explain that? Say, Ubeko baby. Unipa aduanu wa unim say wonko hoda. But unya the impression say minimum ha. How do we explain that?
Okay, may I explain now. There's a simple explanation. Unim say nkraman so die.
Oh yeah, they dream.
Unim say.
Yeah.
Die nya bi special a obeka say enu nti se wason die a say ye nije ho. Enya special. Emo wason die.
No one is saying that it is special.
I'm saying say emo wason so die.
Good.
Thank you very much. Now to the question say bi obeko baby na akwa say eye o say wako hoda. Okay. Omo explain brain activity. Kai say entomra wu hu ade no. I just say akọ brain ansa na brain I interpret ade no. We are we nti bibia hu bia no. Uhu ana wote pampan bi ana wote asem a ohu bibi na kopem say brain no ebe perceive sa ade no. Unya form me the state of that thing. It happens to say wako baby no what process ade no when you but we are not aware at that time.
Sometimes it is not even the place, it is an event.
Let me say all those things
it is an event.
Let me say all those things not they are not into the realm of
now I'm going to tell you something.
Ask or tell me something.
I'm going to tell you something.
Okay, tell me.
And you explain it to me.
Okay.
Mami bi ena ne papa car baby. Ni papa car baby no. I think 2 days or 3 days later. Ena papa no ohun no. Yes wa so dae. Ena papa no ene ne din komo. Ena say me ba na ne ba ba no. O say me ba. Kafra se man bekra. Na me benkum se no oyare onya strokes. O say me benkum so madam me benkum so sa mabre inti me ko. Ene o shira na ba no. Ene koi.
Oh dai.
Men kan say e daye. Men kan say e daye. Sabre na oba no onye one ne papa nete ne maame ne papa nete ne maame ne papa ne yare nti okoho ekohwe no nti se kwan papa na da ene onim ana okoka kire ne maame se me papa ayi beyi ne ho adi a kire me no ose wada ne benkum so saa abre nukure be ne maame ne se nukure o papa sa benkum so no oda hode bia na maka kire ne se onjai no dane no ho ontie ahwa no pe if he says or say the other side no so no eye ya. How do we explain this?
Do you know say very common among the general population say no dofu bi wu a
no, I'm talking about what papa naka concerning the side now other one side no
Kwesi.
Will be sa ne maame enso agi atum se eye no kure sa na tie. How do you explain that?
Yes, se me grant sa asem na then I must also grant Joseph Smith.
Why Joseph Smith?
Latter-day Saints for Mormons no.
No,
I'm saying that all those things
hold it. Weye ade a waka kire wo bi. Now only pakono akọ verify na ya confirm say this is exactly what happened.
Okay, so let's follow this Mama na ka kire wana.
Oba na ngese mu na ka kire.
Oba de
Ukraine ya menim nie.
Hold on. Oba na o papa no papa nya asa encounter no. E na kan asa asem ne kire. Say no mama nso kan see. Okay. Pacho Mibuso Asem. Is there a possibility that people can lie?
No, we don't.
No,
go
I'm
there.
not saying I'm not saying that she's lying.
Now, but we don't go there. The entire make person me catch when he said, "Unim say any bibia na ebe to me approve."
And I'm at the group
Now, but yamfa na sama so dae. Me dae na amaso no. Me dey approve a kyerɛ.
Okay. Say odae na waso no. If it means he say men dana me car keys in mount there, then you must prove it. If odae na waso no is the difference between somebody going to hell, obi ko bonsam gem, and obi ko heaven. Oh, the mechanic say enti odae na waso na wo se ehun hia saa no.
Onyima no.
Na benye madwen say
Onyima no.
Oh, the mechanic say tio. Say opese obi gye wa asem ni dia. Ese adanse a wode tare sa asem no ho no. Enye dae. Is mbeka tro se maso dae sisi ya say for aka ki mama nya sa obenya accident awde ka ki ni mama. What about mama? Inti dae de utimi so dae bia ope.
Good.
So
now we are coming Nabutere. So now we are coming somewhere. Baby, I free I ban say. Individuals can have their own personal experience.
Perfect.
That you cannot discount.
I wouldn't discount it.
What did the American?
Yes,
which you cannot tell them to prove to you.
I'm not
because a better thing so obey prove actually based on what example you have my question.
Yeah. Oh, that's it's so I demand unbelievers to prove their unbelieving, because what you call evidence is also part of what makes you believe something. Sorry, I say the hard worker say the emotion in our dear dance here. These are verified knowledge. And pano, they say regression they say they be beer who's ampa saying it here. And evidence dance here now. Evidence of what? Evidence of something having existed where it should not have existed. And no, and the microphobia will believe say there's a God. Me, I don't have problem with unbelievers, because mostly they are not just unbelievers, they are just irreligious. They don't want to have anything to do with organized religion. Period. Eka omongo kra no na nka obi ankwan ahomache emeye say obi sorry emeye sorry. Madoma bia mo say obi sorry emeye sorry. So obebo doma na ye doma in such a way say ye nke WhatsApp message and go straight to members ne ho abra me a menye member no menti. So hun den ka na ye no. This is a typical stand of unbelievers, because an unbeliever, I mean, there's a body back community. Apart from maybe Thomas Paine, the author of Reason, BBB Reason, Age of Reason, or no, or adamant unbeliever till death. But
Christopher Hitchens also said.
Oh well, or none of the Anocran, and it looks more like ideological unbelieving than a typical unbelieving. A typical unbeliever doesn't go about telling people I am unbeliever. You are just believer in practicing a different way. Oh no. Omunina Einstein, ehwehwe nyanyansa mu nyina wo dwene na kosi or calculate kosi a. Because what you to me say some of these things should not have just happened the way they happened.
Because you quote a misrepresentation of
mama time palm wakasa to the money.
Sana say Isaac Newton. And most of the so-called scientists, from scientists, they were priests. Most of them, including Newton. He may not have been a priest in organized church, but he was a priest nonetheless. Almost Romans, serious. Who is that? Oh, one more. No time to study. It what journey now calculate now what journey now experiment. One more baby or more. It's no much no. Because just it's in no much to me doing because was a bonka bimu bonka ya mena bia say na say on some for them to miss down form any other dish ho and they may be brave so testing chine sichira san wa kan chine sichira wansem wa ye ni nyina wi but om yem kuma they seem to see say we friend force we friend energy we friend no yani unbelievers say you muta use the word mother nature. How did mother nature come about? That question, every scientist or let me be more meritorious or open-minded be able say we don't know. And I think say the more that we don't know, no, and the existence of a possible creator or someone or something, it doesn't have to be someone. Someone no, I am more nipa features no, any creative problems no. Because we create because nyango po kasa ni. Oh, nyango po kasa ni. Oh, ne kasa.
Nyango po kasa.
Ne kasa.
No, but we met the Hare Krishna. Almost so much did this nyango po didi.
Me nyine chinyi. But on say, we you know sa, e mane ye den. Say nimdie mu no, e mane ye den so bidaji. Me hu. What's that? Me na nim die. Say nyango po didi.
So almost nyango po didi. So no nim nyango.
Oh. Okane sa nyame nwanwa se nipa didi nyankopon abode bia didi even you dey makra nya abode kra no cause say all fa didi say de wudi wuro no mu nkwan de a e wa ha be mistake because ye wo kwan nipa fa so didi a ne nyina na be fo onum enso no you are eating on nonetheless you are nourishing the body and as say oh my body the energy to continue to work so if the is dum light na if the nyina fa so bia ne so in this moment it almost the energy so no okaso be improve electricity a you can't point say electricity ni. But we have evidence of electricity. Lights na bokuru mu nyina chesampa. But obi e ne ho abotuma hu zampa me hu electricity da. But the first hu electricity that they electricity anyhow. If unbelievers will just limit themselves, say they are irreligious, it is religion they have a issue with, and then nature, anywhere nature came about, no more issue with her. Bianca, you know, mun debate nyina no ebe more humorous, maybe kebe more of a comedy show than a war. Oh, yeah, kofubi to me, so no mako, kofubi so simply of GD. And because let's be honest, most of the great wars that have been fought on the planet, the most vicious ones, they were all religious in nature. Even the current ones, what is happening in Gaza, what is happening in Russia and Ukraine, these are all undertone a religious wars, nonetheless. A grow ya check. And then they manifest city because we now go to history. Na higher media, ne say na higher temple. Na India, then Gaima modia lusuno. Wa call some traditional town be na temple be so. Kubuta temple na si GD for temple. I would say, and we see Hindu for as well necessary. So I mean, we yes na say nyanse mono. Wa ya me wiasa eketwa. Enso wiasa nsasa eso. Obia so kum. Dinkamumo obi ankom na the man hadwen e ma unbelievers are no ya nansen e believers na because believers no atwa ye nyina chedodo to the point say ye nyina ye gidifo ye nyina okay say gidi na Ghana de virtual emiensa Christosum Chromosome na bosomsom the memfa bosomsom the three major ones are in no Christosum mo kura mpo na omo different sex no de okọ kwesi adadwen se de okọ memenda no atwam ena memenda ni nso dwen se kwesi adani nso ayira kwesi adafo no man nyina ayira no omuso mu no de oboduku adwen se de omoduku no ahye we gina wagya na nyesewa no yanka bibini ba pa na se otumi hye bi ni nyingu na wa mu bibini ba onyingu wa mu de okofa na hefa tutra na dipa fu twabo mu so no makana ya obi se so be share ensumade de e chese o yakoa efize omusomu no emire bi atwa mu no mu free nkwasomu ba no de na omo be nkofo ano mo ye nkwa de da omo de se ye be share won so ba se be share wasumade enti abaya fan chick ne so munti kosi se nko wo shasumade even kitwa ibi kura gold wa mi no bi wa na ne kom kokko yi wo de chen tumpa kana ho fe be ba no enso da na so no kura wa amomu enomo so that as a internal wranglings now or ma creating na crack on the driving crowphobia to come to a point say e dey na we mu pass on kire e dey na we mu kire dey na we mu kire dey o mu kire o kom a o mu nyina so akrobi a kire bia because the mu ye nyina kire ampa so na nyame bia di obi e ne hugide nyi bia ne ho okumase ha wo se we Kristo ni obetumi a kire Kristo ne ban ene ne su kire ye nyina kan bible so nya ye nyina kan ya ne ban ne su no ohu e ye gidie as okay book bia so anye any book no is of no use to you it na especially on force me kan school no and go for pin pass literature you know o me obi ka so ko kan Macbeth it's so big one kind within 3 months no nya exams but then na Bible no gina dey mind for life because you can see kan exams and nipa pi be fail because nem bo wa kan a on tiase but ntiase kakra nkofo nya no o di gina ne ha o di twa dodo na o ma magina ho no bi ada pasa hunahuna bi etumi can be on authority say monam say ma anya ni say obi say hwe na wo be say Yesu cap no no last supper no ebi sina cap ba akopɛ na emema 12 no nyina yusu ye ebi no so na emema 12 no obi a won cap enti ye wo kristofo a omonom one cap ano a omonche mu no omonom many caps na no nyina ayira nene sen nam sen bi atwam na keji na wo pass water no ma na o de hwan se ehina ba ko na wode Jesu bi lady kai mu bike akresi so na caps be 6 is so we no mu we yetete na de see 2000 years ago we pass o practice ne de see keji ti a me kai na yetete Mr. Zeze ne tete ye na de ade me ni su mi huni yetete sorry as de see Israel me we say twem and no na man believers 4 point no it is okay say e was say mi boduku e was say min shasmade ni kwa say o shasmade so bottom na to man shasmade which one is serious so no e was say me nyese because 2000 years ago 1500 years ago some 3000 years ago na sana agidifo a woje omudi ne se ofuro mase onka ho so ofuro mase eno nyina agidi e na wote ha na dey practice no na wo say na say 3000 years ago na microphone no I don't know use microphone. Na kai no, I don't know faka. Because omo nam sere no so no, omo free Egypt, e be sna ko Palestine. E so omo di 40 years old. But these days kwese so na ntekra say wolf this bicycle kwa na kwa 4 months so no nria na say onye wa zo be ko. So fine. Oh these days they say na look pretty. Me ka say wo say take it trend. O walk. So no. As it took them for some 40 years. Fine. Now person knows our life now bono. 2,000 years, 4,000 years later, in a land that is so far away from that particular land. Yanko horses yanko hesasano at it right now. No, and no munasha jeans, omunasha coat, omuna nyugo motiko. Ebinimu blouse there, they skimping no more than nama or more emphabiao. And on the man unbelievers who okay say sometimes it is good that we also give them platform to share their views. But I don't think say anybody can disprove say there is a force behind creation that goes beyond any understanding. I can admit say I can't prove God, but I don't want to admit that there is nothing like creator. And I say nema yehuni nyina no nema yesi yehuni yehu inti yehunu bia ne enko mean to me hwesa nema nyina sam kokwa. It dawns on me say there should be some because obia utumi nso tumi wo ho because he say yene nam ho say ebia wakoma ball peli one time bi it was scary one bi wo ho say bia yoda can you appreciate life differently. Say when your profound experience be, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but something so good happened. It's so like friends say there's a word for it, serendipity. You can't explain it. You are just so blissful for a moment. Bianca, you appreciate it. There should be something higher than ourselves. We don't necessarily have to see it. We don't have to create a format of it. We don't really have to create a structure for it. We just have to know there is a force that we don't know. And no scientist can authoritatively say all of these things in if we say and buy it. We can't. Universal are not so free. Obviously photons are not so free. I must say Higgs boson. So just split even the smallest of particles or atom. You come to something called Higgs boson. There's a field. Field is so free. Something must come from something. How do you build something on nothing? It doesn't make sense. But for it to make sense to you, and you know, one thing is this: man, you want to say, "Oh, be hunu ni na what yes?" Because you say, "Nyam, eti na nyako personal." O ma hunu ni na kakra hunu ye kra na hwe wigwe. Hwe dem go for me kika che. Ada no me che se ba go se ya no use photo no mo use no be 400 years ago no. Ya wanya use na be ka che ne se o mo use photo no vro no e photo ento so. I can't blame him. I don't even want to attack him or anything.
Kweku. No, Kweku.
Kameka simbiacho Mr. Mensa.
Yes.
Menyabotre.
Oh, maminti kakra mpacho.
Okay. Mr. Mensa.
Yes, sir.
Mpacho assuming so a crime detective ne yakumu bi enra. now also via. Do you need the same effort as case we are okay be 150 years ago? I hope you appreciate say effort how the be solving me current one easier. But you see fan say 150 years ago no I want friend cold cases ebi okra untimi solve it but untimi solve no should also say anything must therefore be true. Untimi solve it say as I see we and known galaxy no 13 billion years 13 point something billion years ago. Next inipa about 4.5 million 2 million years ago. So the unyi say case bi wo ho also enam emre na atwam ninti untimi solve it ena ni mebu on so a possibilities e be say si no lower if you see a fancy isi kra untimi notice say fi say enu nti na yentimi solve sa case no enimum enye say sunsun bi ana bi ho nemum at the time na life e sha ase no you too far away say your current
dispensation
no yentimi solve sa case no and even so kra yentimi solve that ehu hia nso mpo say ye be solve nemum yentimi solve no entre say ye PCC na so bi say wonu akum kosi na say nam say mini adanse ni nti
na me say me gidi
say automatically
I get you
nti
I get you
the case for unbelieving mpo de me boro me bo on seven no bosia the case for unbelieving is say any case for believing no is belief not knowledge gidi enimde enimde anka nyina no yetimi yeden ehu saa de kro no enu nti enye se de obi ye me kana kra chawo me gidi se esom ho mfaso manipa kopem se esom aba beduru sese mri no ohu enipa bi ho mo enya arechichire bi ewo esum se me yini free saa asum na me ni hwia me de be ma no nti ene otenemu a onya saa arechichire no eye ena yesa eba ebimu ehwe esum na ebimu ye de hwe omu school doctors we bra wo Ghana asisi esum ni nti Pramso Hospital St Michael Roman 4 yebetumi abobbo enima we bra esum nti esum ne de say ye gidie na firi mu a akoye say nipaku nso de ye ba ye boy ho ban ohun nti emfaso also say nipa
ebesom
I think that baby I would free all there but me were problem wo ho kakra
pacho metie
nti na I used dream because I know na ben me na me dey example amount
dey na me kan
na votre
okay
because the ma daya maso a mehu approve kire me say nyankopon wo ho ti say example ya mama wi o ti ase say oba ya ne papa ka ba bi a ne papa aba ne daya mu ena ne papa nso be che na de ena me ka cho so oba no nyeska ne papa de bibi sen na botre ne papa de bibi sen kom wanyeska utumu se obisa ye no omo kire ase kire se sei na papa no ode ama papa no so ti ase no ohwe na pa ono born hoka now such a person o person o kire se osuma on to me improve ntsraw se ampa ne daye no eye no krenti ebetumi aye ntro nti unyin na kopon ni na botre
okay me ka so obusa
kwesi man sanso ye point bi dey ba say there are excesses nipa ye excesses oh ye kire me say ni try to work on you psychologically ebia na enye no correct so those excesses which are let's say based out of ignorance you are using that also as a basis to say that in general there is nothing like God.
It's a good question.
Okay. Okay. Obi say me menya revelation say ni. okay, amem into ujina and also. Do you think you have a strong grounds for your own belief?
That's a good
because who you so say way as basis say omun to me nyim van kyerɛ me wanya bibia so no betumi approve akyerɛ but that does not mean that NC
asem uri kan ka asem no de me kan ne say ohun utimi so daye utimi kyerɛ say de opebia me no problem wo ne men kan say wonya me ntam asem ohun nemum saa wo daye no ana wo papa ebe so wo saa daye no ohun wo nsunson so me so de a ene wontimi nka say minji wondi enti wo personal experience de okay me so personal experience enti se mpese me de me personal experience no hye wo so ana edi wo so de a eni wo say ba ne saa say
no ye conscious wo
enti dem me say
now let's set the record straight.
Yes,
obian shared obia and obian sumpia obia. We just want to know your basis for your own belief. That's all.
No, say.
And abdia ofri adebano. It looks like you are picking from the believers. And no you
I'm not picking.
Yeah, because Osha say na butre. O say omun to me improve nchire.
Yes.
Why na improve nchire? One can say.
Oh, and I'm say, Tio. Oh, and I'm say, aha, it is a mere.
So you are depending on somebody
to
make your decision. And Nabotre, when you were talking, what's say now your ceremony?
Yeah.
And a Drew baby no started to say a question. Freddie said Paul ne saw story against Muhammad story. Would you with which means you are picking who be from the believers of one ho. A honor all the free our labor.
Yeah.
On for I'd going to make pick here free when I say, oh, say, obetimi adada ho say, what don't for me opinion. No mum usano, no omoko school, and then we are in trouble, but omoko school bar,
yeah,
into usa, ye programming. Obakasi when you know what for me, but coincidentally, over yes, me fair free, obedient, me can name a mune. Among for the said Mohammed ne, Paul ne, or no near. One side of the story say intimin fa dance bi amai de kan say gidi.
So my question is, you personally,
me personally,
can you just tell us you personally the entia who feel say Nyankopon ni ho based on your own experience na jai believers
the reason is say the reason is say
fa ni na to nchen say eni ntatia ka say ye ne fa no to nchen
because the can say obi antimi improve say nyame no wo ho
so obi prove chere wana
eso we prove
I didn't hear.
Sani we sit here.
I know.
I don't know why.
Exactly. What is your personal experience?
My personal experience, no, to my personal experience is limited. Obia personal experience limited. Now the into the member who life
my personal experience is not limited.
That's the answer who you know and what they buy it wasn't limited. No, it wasn't. The Steve Hawking who ye what they buy scientist.
There be one share a personal experience. Hawkins didn't share
experiment away in as a research was finding no personal.
No.
On share one oye.
And your personal.
Bebo gravity say the man Newton crying who say there's a force called gravity, and it was personal experience.
Exactly.
Yes, Babu. We have made it.
That Newton park and so. Because he's a witty. The fan is almost Cambridge, you know, university, UK universities, huge land. No, or park be a so bench be so park. Apples be braces. Or to one apple no. Backo a tea. Any free through a better for. But then you are not or a scientist, though. You say, yeah, I don't know a scientist. He had been a scientist all his life. But the term gravity, no, Nanya mai. And who was say, na then, apoetie, na
Ancastle.
And na ankosi, never straight down. Then there must be some force beer. To me, Emma upon no ever. Me yeshe say enka ho we madwen obefa apo no akonanim kakra afridu anase no wasa ato akosoro ahwe no hu sampa ebeba all this wa nya wono nko an first person oto ade akosoro abafo ana say Newton time na eduaba eti afrisuro yete na yete kubi eti ye mango eti ye nya woto wa betia ni team na di meka ni akofa na nya ne wo but eho say personal, there's nothing like small personal experience. No matter how limited it is, if it is a finding, if it is something that you sought to know, you sought to be aware of, and wakuhuna, you come out with it boldly and say, near mafamuni makuhunintino, sadiana mokano, iniho. Meba. So catch me say, said ye, I na a sum before, eka say, Womunyamino said, O Musumima, or no Yami Yaka, will be a Yamino, and Yanokra, and 100%.
Repeat that.
Say, Kwakuka say, dear asoma a pointy omunyame ye e wo mubukum no mosomu no ni nyina no enye no kra me ne kwaku ya adwen ozo som biase ne nyankopon no ye almighty. It can be true. It's simply not true because what then would ye almighty e wo ha ye kwa ha so a we su de ye almighty ye kwa ha so a we nti almighty for nyina hia o almighty ne wan. It's a fair question for Kwaku to ask, and I will agree with him to ask that question. And no one I will say, among almighties, there must be almighty. It is Odiano, Odminye, the all knowing, the all powerful. Just say it's a description of the same sense, the same essence. Baby Albeko, Casabia Becomunini, Paso Bruni, so ye bini, so ye, Sebio tinted, baby or Wobia, say we are more, say we are more, Sassisun Quandia. There's that admittance, say, we just don't know where these things came from, but they are here. And me where evidence be beyond what I see and know and feel and sense and yankopon ewo say I so be ko paint photo be them say no te one wo dware na and no mean to me nyisa photo ni say no kre so oba ha be share mose we so kwa ha ko share we more people so we so ko share we cave mu, but these experiences are human experiences that are possible. Just don't come and lord it over me say oh dear na ko hunu nti no sa na nyina ate yes oh the ba near test na say testable there e beti ma jatum say yeah it works, but most cases o test here say the now the na adwuma sa na me the na adwuma sa na we the na adwuma nti no maybe and so no tiefo nti ni hope kakra wo mu ni say twere konkora kase mienu nyina ka say ebedu mire bi na som ni ho me jidus me enokre sa mire no so ahya dada womo asom no twere na de hyehyɛ som na se no e kire wo mo say emire bi beba nimdie bedoso amesom bekofom. The numbers are a bit triple into churches and mosques no will continue to reduce. That one give it time. Say yeah time in the next 200 in the next 500 years there will be because Saudi Arabia now ubit manumbia. Because almost be back say nya dia. Oh yeah, nya dia e hani papi. E ho and non-believers is now fine. But to pass any party we are say with all the difference, they no work say any chimps in closest relative. It's true. In fact, the difference between us and the chimps, because see, almost a new 1.5, a new 2. 1.5% difference per and a chimps. That's what just say. And they woman is a guy. I play. And that was the Democrat chimps in
So let's not dwell on that. Let us not dwell on that. I want to come to you. Do you believe? Do you know?
You can't lord it. Yes.
Nobody. That is not the essence of this show.
But that is what I'm saying.
This show is not.
No, I'm not rebutting him.
We just want to know where you are coming from. Nobody is asking you to believe when you don't.
I'm not rebutting.
So let me ask you your question. Let me ask you. Unim said there are non-physical beings.
You have to prove it.
Oh, but there are.
No. See, no. Hold on, Kwasi.
There are.
No.
Air is non-physical, isn't it? Oxygen is non-physical.
Oxygen is not a being. Or said there are non-physical beings.
But what is being?
A
to
being.
You?
Okay.
No, to you. What is being?
He's making
the stone is a being, just that it's inanimate being.
Is that what you mean? Hold on. Is that what you mean? Do you mean oxygen?
No, what's you? I'm asking him. There are non-physical beings.
And I'm saying, so let him explain. What are non-physical beings, including oxygen.
Including oxygen.
But do you know so oxygen is physical? We can trap oxygen.
Of course you can.
Yes, so oxygen is physical. Yeah. If oxygen walk on there, then oxygen is not a non-physical being.
From your until America say
it is not from mine.
Uditun say you are only dwelling on unbelief with believers.
Yeah.
Uditun say.
Enema you know. First of all, and say ye ni adanse bi ani baby obi wa adanse
kese wo no na wo
enye se me na mi
you see that's why I want you to use Nyabotre. That's why I want you to use the appropriate language. Refer to you.
And I'm say
Nyabotre, refer to you. Say me hui. O kind of say me no ya, but you can say ye hui. You are making it general. Say hui because there are people who can make non-physical beings talk about this or more kasa, and it's not in secrecy. It's in the full glare of the public where they hear. You can't see any being that is talking.
This is so easy. Next week for our Cobra, I'll be here. Why not? No. See, Kwasi. No. This is a challenge. Obi the $1 million. Etoso. Obi the $1 million. Etoso say. Obi intimi improve the supernatural.
Nyabotre.
Obi intimi Obi same asem no ma nya no mpo because me say bi ha.
He didn't go to the right places.
No. He invited. Then again. My new question ano. Open answer. I am saying today on authority say who gidie uni adanse. If so wa dance anka dey dance na ba. Wo dey dance na ba asem we etu atwa. Two. What they are dancing about now, sir? Build a logical argument.
Maybe the logical argument.
Logical argument, and you are dancing.
Would you wait?
No, but before you start,
no. I dance put off your microphone. We have an argumentative.
Sometimes I dance could be my logical argument.
Now, but your microphone is off. Your microphone is off.
Sir, probably, Mr. Say, it maybe now my imagine say. You used to store in the cry, no, and you no cry. It couldn't have happened the way they make it happen, especially in the book. But actually, me what I say, let me admit or assume that it is true, and think like he thought. Anytime I read him, okay. Say na Jew for the time of the over 2 woman no esomneti. It's nye nyame no moji. Yesu hu zampa na sa chinye no obetima gia kopum se ewiase bese omunya ansa no enti no ansa ne se wo a wo kasa no je hutum se woni nyankopon no. That logic, you know, is still not very popular now, but it's actually the key. Just the unya sa key no we are, then all of things will make sense to you without needing a proof. So you have to come to a point of unbelieving before you get some clarity. Unfortunately we start
believing or
maybe. Unfortunately we started with believing because we say often ya do ni bi anti ye kan waje na then you come to unbelieving. After unbelieving comes clarity. And I hope say most unbelievers will come to the clarity say because the makwaku eye brane na ne nantusi form say what ho to me straight to me kasa I don't know. It has to be God.
Mr. Benson.
5 minutes past 7. You are listening to Capital Radio. You don't have the microphone. You are listening to Capital Radio 97.1 FM. We are streaming program we live program we need in the moment of awakening. Someone who say you don't really have to condemn anybody because obia in a level of thinking. When knowledge comes, awakening will come. Intino so be say onyi nyankopon dia yes munya burute na muntire na mumbisa no nsem no nchirejire munchire no onchirejire munchire. Good evening my boss Kozai from Amankwa Gideon Facebook. I say I hope you are doing well. I'm fine. Make us unquiet there. As for today's topic there, it is very interesting. Okay, I've learned from the Muslim and Christian faith. I noticed that both have different beliefs and different God. I've stopped believing in foreign God. I'm watching from Offenso Mase. So he believes in some form of a God there. Then there's someone who also sent a friend of Elijah, or say from the first speaker, which is Kweku Duat. Does he want a proof to know God exists or to believe in him? on cast up and anyway no work also pay proof na me am go class say ara mo keka sa asem because wo bra no na obo bra na wo nyinya go dey say wa wasam na wo kwa na wo ko baby no we just want to know why
I'm telling you the why but you don't want to me you don't want to know the why.
No, I've been listening.
Yes, I'm saying that nobody has any evidence. And if anybody has ever perfect no, because Theo, or what I'm saying, what can I say about me as a can be then you interrupt me, say or personal experience has limits. You understand? And you should accept that it is you. Or by an example now, mine, that was nobody was there to verify the case. But the world does not work.
Even if somebody was there, how could they know? And the thing appears
so
in the non-physical state.
I'm saying, so the moment you want to communicate that to somebody to accept as true, just let me finish. The moment you want to, and I'm saying, yes, no,
I just want to know Nyabotre. You see,
there is no evidence.
I've heard this over and over again, but then said somebody should prove to you.
Yeah.
Said no, nobody can prove anything.
If nobody can prove, then that's the point.
I only brought you here to know why your unbelief. That's all. There's nothing more. Nobody has any proof to give you. Why? Because
there's none.
Proof need be why a personal.
Yeah.
If it is
so
personal,
you also cannot say that someone should prove it to you because even this dream. Me can actually who say nya no correct.
Hey, we personal.
Exactly. So
therefore,
you
cannot say I don't believe because
you said it.
Yes. And I'm saying say I don't believe
Why now can
Yes, it's because you have told me something without evidence. If you told me something with evidence, I would have accepted it as true.
Without believing.
I
get it.
If you had any evidence, into the concept of Nyameno, it's a matter of belief and not a matter of evidence.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Mr. Diaway.
So where's your proof?
Mr. Diaway.
Where's your proof?
Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Why we be I don't blame him. She say I don't believe it still. I won't believe position. How do you say? What can be a problem for?
You want to ask me a question?
I'm not asking you a question. I have answered this question severally in this conversation. I say, what do you mean? So me say, yeah, where we are. We have Bosomi. I say, maybe 100, 200, 300 years ago, near doing sense so much at the marketing business same room. Actually, near who's a sense of money, you who's saying Kituano. If you are choosing any area, no bear say 1 million times. A way who no keteketi way, you know. Yasa see it this way. Sama Kuma comes say 2 million saying, Ebekum, na a we are no crying yama. Yasa see it to Nanam say the plot near Fiat in the young because it is so big, even though it is small in the higher scheme of things. That is objective evidence for you to know, say, how did these things come about?
Yeah,
the fact that you cannot provide the exact how does not negate the fact that it came about.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Maninkasa.
Sometimes you should allow these things.
You
have made a very important point. Say, that is objective. You understand?
Yes.
So if some be objective,
yes.
Means meaning.
It's not me can say. It's not my establish it. It's not me go me can say. Yeah, come for. Maybe I mean intend to coin I am me. I mean for an example. Yes, say obinchire abofra nyame. Yeah, no. Yet tiania na say ura cause say ura bosomfie kwa yenka say nyame na esihui. So they say bosom no wodin ne bosom na wo kom no ka say konfo no so wo kom bosom no so e wodin. Nti normally kra no say bosom na ne konfo na fare din. Ti bebia me free ayanta konfo. Ene de describe nipa no. Bosom no de ayanta konfo na wo kom no yenka say nyankopon. Adentia yenkyere nyankopon. But do bia so nim say nyankopon. Me ba onru 5 years enso na onimidi nyankopon ho nkomo. Oko school. Oya asida me say.
Obeso kire so bunchire nyankopon.
Oh na de yanjiro na zasu so yanjiro ba be what zasu we so. So da eti nyankopon ene bo awia. Me say ani. Nyankopon ene bo mesiane Nyankopon yesu mesiane don't know boy mesi yenim wohno ena ko anya botena ye build the point ni bi ena agidifo bi efa nyame no based on baby omo e ka se omo nyame no e pass ye nyina etena di ntino obia bema the issue of let me chip in this polygamy was not brought say mema enya ma bibiro polygamy ye de ba se the way oba bia benya kunu because ye ne se oba ma bia nwa emfa ba ko a ahwa ma surplus ba be go a omunya be ma bia ma no so mu ene kra we see a girls rights and women's rights across still now no in the large parts of the world women are still downtrodden in society. It is just say bema wo wade ano na bema bo so obi kwazi sika won sem ne nko akwa yedwuma man kra anya sem ko to pie dwuma fa nipa 5000 wo so nwa baba kwa denti so mo bitima war 10 ahwe mo nyina ma ama society ne wanto wo jae ma na dwuma ifo no ko fa sa ma nan na aka na omno metana sa dan ba kunu forever. So that was nyansa no ena wo di nyame se de be ya society be kosunti wo di nyame be techiri ena no sa practice ne be ya akono etreye ena fe omutu kwan ya omuba omu betan ho a omu free baby ne ba enti no omu so chese sei na ye de adampa bia sei kosum nyame yesi esi shata de sei esi yen champaboa ebi sei be shata de kra esi she white ne de red boom ebi sei be she red nko ebi sei be boko tentai ebi ena ba na abedu se afide ya say there's a competition bi wo nyame mu we sorry I was in nyame no powerful see we in nyame no ye miracle ha we in nyame no so ye see sa na di problems aba enti say no because we unbeliever sa nipa no wants to wake all of us up say na sa ne man dey ekusi because truly so omunya e good dey but who can omo bone na omo aye plagas asia e do so as no good na area dey good na area say nyomo na man frama enye gidifo yi enye so ukọ Moscow ukọ e kan say chaplo isu ta bi bo ewia na boye nyina isu na fa gota na fa nyina mfichire yedum light nyina light dum tontom mo wi nyina ukọ dwuma enye se wo de wo e de Holy Ghost dware wa no pa nyina wansene se wonam so enam na kasa wansene se so no e do so ne bo na ye je wo no ene nyina ye to so we are all one, you know, just say I wish there would be more unbelievers going forward. Because I need a baby boy, I wake up. I shake yourself from some of these borrowed cultures now. About subsum, current cultures, I might was assassino. See, to me, yes, I wake here. If we have more people like Kaze Koku who go about and lecture, well, they don't go and preach, go and lecture. Now, perhaps we can get scientists coming from our part of the world. Now, I say, we'll be as well as
Yo, Capital Radio 97.1 FM, 15 minutes past 7. Yes, streaming YouTube, Capital Radio 97.1 FM, Capital Radio 97.1 FM. Any Facebook, Capital Radio 97.1 FM. WhatsApp line is also available 05575222213. Says you and activate phone lines name them. So we person will be sa question bia na we bisa na omunyi wa no 05575222213 05575222213. That is the phone line. Go to me afre. Go to me and send the WhatsApp now. Go to me so anyway. Hello. Memo aju open
Mejosu.
Your fro saying minia.
No, they call me a boy.
Yo, yenti away.
Good day. If your calculation is a hono can be 2 million years ago, and no believe with Nipani bit Nasi, it would be a similar more a bobra. Now we stand through several questions. I think Newman or can be or no one can say everything you can. If you are not going to mean you can say or no one can say then or they will say 2 million years ago, Nipa bit Nasi years then or the baby. Or more some years forensic research or more cover your man who dinosaur cell baby. Dear Palmer, what the bed share, yeah, you do who say, I'm Pabi, they say, oh, found the effort and no and two. And I know this I said with the Christianity, so no any will be crime and improve here, or no one so cry any proof, so no or rely on will be proved out the Baba. Nana may have said with the biblical point of view, no. Nipa nyina at least the phone nim say ye bo Adam ne Eve. Na nipa nyina free sa nipa yimu ana yebenya wiase nipa bebiba ye nyina. Obi be say we prove che say the Bible can no kra wom ten a. Kwasi o de ye hwe Adam ne Eve ne ma owu wo mo a. Asema Nyankopɔn kan ye wo Bible mu a at least for Jibi no. Na sa nipa no were attached to her. And Adam yere evil. Ne money nyina so owo said the ma we are. It means that they were attached to him. Now we will say evil but na one etiase ye nyina ne ni ho nti me kan ma me nkam me amede. Now you don't be say ko si mensa e free me ma me mu ne bai. E kwan ben so no free ni ma me mu bai ye said the Adam and Eve de ni free mu. Ye wo ko si mensa ye abofra no. Na ahoma bi kutani mu e so me ma me so emu. Unless a nurse for an doctor for an before no more sabreno, a trasamu mana free, Cosimensamuno. He was attached to his mother. No, I mean, so umbilical cord, no so no so mother, or no so mother, or no so mother, or no so mother, or no so mother, sa copying evil, or people say, and Yanoko, almost 50 to see Yanoko. So the witness evidence of what I'm saying, ever hope till date. Can you mean me pressure and maybe resonka e je benya akonya ne asu abahubi e
tire na wa frɛ na do na mama yen wa frɛ na fa na mama yen me frɛ ho na ya di nkomo 0557522213 as me be phone line ntem na me be ntem na o mo frɛ a so be se okasa be da kaza 0557522213 hello me mo aju opanyini
Tacho majo.
Ne fro san minua.
Pacho san Michael because it's a contact fiance.
Yo, yeti o Michael.
Pacho person be say penyin ni say enti ye nipa no abodie be mu ni fie Nyankopon na boy ni ana.
So aso na ka so be yi wa no.
Nam person be say na mani tire mi mo kakra.
Ayo, mate. You was your bisa question.
Okay, so in Ampoye at the crow. I make 2 million years ago, no business and I'm a way, or no so cry you to 6,000 years a crown on in your day. However, your archaeological findings or air dinosaurs no. Any crab. Okay. Okay.
Hello. Memoadio. That is I wanted.
Pacho Crystal in the Avoko.
You're near saying.
Friend Stavik.
Yo, Stavik, you.
I some no, I be brave where I dream. The mission with us, Bible things to say, or boss, so near such. You won't have more so near such, not Nakopon or fine.
Yo, you made us say, Obisa, Hamuna, Ubisa, Quequa, Quesi.
So say, or no, I mean, or not say if we be women a buy. And I was trying to say, Bible also or mocking kind. Yeah, did you see Yankopono? Yankopon, ye, Yamorias, and then Yankopono away.
Yo, Mate, Medasipi, 05575222213 05575222213 lady ni bisa say ye nyambo wiase na Nyankopon na owo henfa yo o send me WhatsApp message so ametumi akan 05575222213 05575222213 kwaku
inti no obi busa say adanse no nam ka say archaeological findings na de ewiase ba bia scatter yeni sa eyini bi Ghana menye so say archaeological yo no ba bia Uboko US Natural History of Science Museum. Oma organize ebi ho. Obetimi akwa akokre.
Nyabotre. Hello? Amema waju obi nua.
Ya jo, mtisi mu waju pata Fox FM.
Pacho Debi, we are Capital Radio.
Capital Radio, Capital, Pacho Marona Funa, Capital. Wala mi program no.
Yo, na kabi ya you free sukra.
Baby,
I'm sorry now, yeah. Capital Radio 97.1.
Manona come.
And you're near Frost and Minia.
But a friend Saik.
Saik.
But
yo yeti o minia.
Yo, but I'm sorry, some of them Tibia. Now, the only say, Papa, by contact with you, now we are something in our no. Then you know, and like greeting. I saw food in my bar and there's some cophobia almost DPN or more this is a problem. And until I'm like unbelievers and also are because obviously so for said you can make me wait on sorry that we did almost the year we into no let's say yen shad into the more almost here into my unbelievers and also get say now maybe anyone pa now just had me some let me tell you sorry. I mean, bibi na ma me die na bibi na ma me sorry. That bibi no so me fan kwose bibi a me the best say is the bibi kesi bi a me friend say nyankopon. Ona ma me baby so ona ma me die a.
Sa MTM for musuban we there so mo hwe no mo ye hu bibi o. Minister of Communication. Besrewa wada Roma. Bomodi ana ye hu bibi na nye na se wo kasa na line atiko enye show bi nko ana yesa. Hello.
Hello pa.
Memo waju minua.
Me je so fa. Na mbom tete.
Boko na wonso e.
Aw, ofa, ya da Roma ntia ho ye pa.
Ye fra because you na wonso e. Ye fra osan minua.
Me e fa nko kutoka.
Santasi yetio minua.
Anko na edini dia. Mene bra kwa kuya adwene from head to toe. Da answer ba ko say ye no Christian for no Bible na blabla mo awie. And why dey see am na yesa nyina. Enti adwene so bi ba dia di say nyame ni ho na say bi ka. Nemo no me gidi say ye was supernatural do o. Nemo no Bible na religion ne sa na ba na.
Enti supernatural dey we na aka ho ase bi kire supernatural na se kire ye.
Supernatural na say ye gidi say bi a tu ho yo who be why wo bi ase but religion no there any enkwata religion and religion there any pa na ase da create and there and religion no
nti wo dia odi supernatural bidi but such supernatural no person be frere nyankopon but supernatural bi wo ho wo dia no
da nyankopon de bi na nipa de ato that supernatural na frere nyankopon
nti sa supernatural no ye frere ne sen wo twim
supernatural
Ane.
On the end, the ministry shall come to back and the what kind of question I think now and yes, say you to me do but you know.
What the OG to say to me be or I no. Now one person of a friend who case no. If you say before fraud friend Yakupon to one pest I Yakupon, so before fraud friend Yakupon to one pet, over money dean for
that be Obi everything not any dean to be
ayo mate
cause Sunday dia e de friend no anya fa dinana America for the Sunday dia Europe for the friend obi a odi the friend
yo me da sipi
yo me
da 25 minutes past 7 sa program obetumi ahwe ne live wo phone so Capital Radio 97.1 FM obetumi ahwe no phone so obetumi call YouTube a obehunu uko YouTube a obehunu uko Facebook a obehunu hello
Kwasi
papa.
Good evening.
Nana Kwejo.
Yes, sir.
What's up here, boy? Yo, now for everything, Nana Kwejo.
Now, why?
Me who ya pa Nana Kwejo.
Kwasi Mensa. Waza. Mama Kwaba.
Yeah.
Ma kuni your friend is
Kwekudia. Your friend Kwekudia. Your friend Kwekudia.
Kwekudia, yeah. Na me get flyers no Facebook na ase. You know. Wodi wakasa na wodi ono ni nchire mu no wache wadu ba bi na kakakra yes dedication be ko animu because there are a lot of questions. It was that biblical God and Quran God, you know. Because the biblical God you beka kwatu beka your moment program is Cain catch the biblical God say ma one shen to na ma memu fu enkunu so be kai ya that was Genesis chapter 3 or something bia I want to so kai there was a time saying na ma memu fu enkunu no achen to the man no na ayi fu ne be kunu that time so say Adam here first on earth na one ne be kunu that time
no free fan, no one fan. What was uncle for no free fan, no one fan. And no more answer for the info. And oceans were who we are researching so it's a hit what I do million years. But no biblical creation so I guess in Chica Creaby. And you know now was a person you news archaeologists and then we follow archaeologists be. And when we are researching, then they won't say people be say the transit even desert here that way desert. Because the Papa transit bring here question the blow because we have to dare into it. You will be any free. And it's a biblical God, no Quran God, no almost be free.
Nana Kwejo me da say so call YouTuber Mr. Bomodiana subscribe. O subscribe na anytime bia ye be call live bia no e be ba beda o phone so mo hu na program we your friend Moment of Awakening. Moment of Awakening nimdeɛ na ye hwehwɛ 05575222213 05575222213. Hello
Abadi.
Papa.
It's a program I very interesting.
Patona, your friend was saying minia.
Oh, guess number and so be so akasa.
Me patona, your friend was saying minia. Your friend was saying minia.
Kwame Yeboah.
Kwame Yeboah, free.
Me and free in Sweden.
Yo, Kwame.
Now, the thing is, I'm not for be a confused with Christianity. No more the religion as I be better. No more means a Christianity, no, and I'm Christ the moon, sir. Where Christianity, nkofo bi su ene omo ban say Christo no. Nyamom Christianity no enye another religion bi a eno so wo wiase. Who read John 10:10 or say me dia me buy. So I came for you to have life and have it in its fullness. And you see Christianity now, so they confer Judaism and now they confer the beautiful phobia. What's the Sanyoma? And you see, as of we seek our money, no think Christianity pa. Or say the Ukutanka, Kra, Nasubi, and then in check. Atarina, one and Fabi Mobi, or so be there, Fiasia, one conquer, no, 1 year must be 1 year be a farmer, no. And see, young yes, Christian do obey ye, no, I say. No people say biblical God may Adam and Eve man yeshua so na many taben we say obi aka church say we are 2 million years and what jedi memo Bible can be no you are finding fault e wo ho na yehwe bibi o obi a wonta for penyin ne kakra otimi pe ashensu bi be shenin so say wo me shawo so say wo any penyin wo so ne kakra na sabi na kwesi odebe ka che nkola ni mienu no nkola ni 40 years 50 years 60 years 80 years kura still do ye penyin no on se send di nkoka te fe ne kakra na mo send pa ko ne begusu awo ma bebre o na so still na no do share ne so no nti won timi ka se o kan se me hya won so na nipa foforo bia ombe hu bia be hu se won na ma hya won so no o se ne nipa ben na we wi ase na wo manta fo na wo che o mo so se we penyin ne kakra no. Now, Oma Ben and we are saying, every moment your first bonds, but I'm not undetailed and I'm not stopped from giving them that assurance. And she said, no matter if a fool get better subsequently, they should know that we and their opinion, we and what would be a move. We and their opinion, we and their crack. There's a simple understanding. So one Bible not say that any cannot say who read the Bible not say when your storybook be can you might be ready to one chapter.
Yo, Mr. Boy, better when me da CP say wa free Capital Radio 97.1 FM, the heart of music. Yes, streaming program we live ewo YouTube and Facebook. Ningina ya Capital Radio 97.1 FM. Mr. Oko YouTuber subscribe, Oko Facebooker follow ye. Hello.
Hello, me call na subscribe.
Yo, ya da se. Elijah.
Baby.
Ya mo wajo.
Yeah, me.
Yo, yeti o na free.
Me se broke room.
O se broke room.
Me se broke room.
Broke room yo, yeti o.
I say, no believe a believer and non-believer. I don't know, say I can't believe I'm a son of your or accept principles, any idea of a baby. And if a dear, like I say, or being a non and I start principles and well, any ideas and you don't tie with it. Anna, when no kind of say, like, or panel members, I say, mean to me, but it can't start. I say, it seems like the existence of God. And the existence of God, based on the question, I say, yeah, I can imagine that. But many comments I'm just make it for now. Say, GD say, it imagine a funny man at a 3 years. For instance, but then the Nipa argument that will be tonight, but then you went to me, yes, sir. And the Yajin and I wait 3 months. You don't see it. And it's a scientist, who said they do research. Idea you be any whom and right, not make it say. But I didn't know where you tell my Jenny, and the 18 who said I said 3 years. A day we was through home. I didn't know you, but it works. And the idea would be a Nipa bo. If I say we're booking, and I say Nipa idea, it exists. And it's a beer won't say, won't be the principles, all the ideas, all the values, I mean, no yard in it. But so won't be say, I don't know, then in that criterion, the on that side. Okay, I didn't know I did say, yeah, but then so I didn't have yet was some
yo,
the question for now.
Yo, that's if he say one so what better watching a moment of awakening. So, when you know some would see contributions, you know, any there are more kind of questions now or more by no question. Mammy BC say, or say, we na ebo we are something responsible. Answer the ebo we are since na sanya kupon no or himfa. That's the question the lady is asking. And then they also directed some questions at you. Since you know, me phone lines no my 2 phone lines no na omunya bre no munyi mo questions na no. Question?
Unim me nua by question I will say. Even in science, yeah, no more pre-said Darwin the evolution theory by na or more between the BPA say the universe has a beginning. Almost I have now say there should have been something should have happened before the Big Bang. Big Bang, that's it.
Yeah, Big Bang. Yes.
Yeah, Big Bang. It means sister. Minim baby I know. Obianim. Eno ema ye titi mu no ye frɛ no nyame ana ye onyankopɔn se sa emrane ne ade de eye nipa ye ne ane de bi keka ho ma ne to trubosu be ne ade nyina menim se besi a kire mu de but eno na ma the concept of God should be worth pondering. Say nipa nya daje etna se adwen ho wa busa ho a kwasi unim say ye bedroom maybe a ye hia religion a mra nipa religion unto him or herself. Say this is my quest. I want to know from within me and from the objective reality me hu ne de metie ne de metumi kinkan ne de metumi obi kura be ka kire me nyina no e de na chesampa me free baby he fa na me free am e kon. It's a good question for everybody to ask. We may not have the answers. I don't have the answer now, but it doesn't mean we should stop thinking about it. See, my sister can, also help. Ebiaze obuza kwaku una osu won't believe no efre or no say oni bibia or the obi ayi a chere sampa nyame bi ewo ho wo hia se obi be bibia chere wansa no ho se nyame bi wo ho se wohuna wia wohuna saase wohunu semfie fifi mu wanante ene mo basisi ho nsuo tumi obia disipitra wo kana kire onim se nsuo kese hom no omuti no yefia tibuza se na nsuo de tie fia okokora be kasa nye no na status a river na e kwase ho no aye kakra kasa banitia no saase mu nsuo firi mu ba eden na ma if ye call social studies of church science kakra church wo ye third world ha na on the first na 9 planets here I say 8 baako no ye dwarf planet ji enye planet bio any ade no aye den na out of 9 yenkwa na life e wo so and na 9 na chikura no science for ne abrofo itu suma mfidi akese ko wiem cause na no say telescope na omo yi twabatives na is a prefer be no some are even bigger than the ship nenam soro ho e ko bayi nyina no entumi hu se de yeti wa ha ye yasase we a eno kwa na blue de aka nyina anya brown red anya red black anya pure white ni ade bi wa the whole planet is snow ade ne ye de we ba ko ya na serve ye nyina ye ne to so say 3 ade na de dinkan no de enum no entumi an support life ade na de to so achire no to so 9 no entumi an support life we all don't know that. And then my uniqueness in it, then something must have happened because this is odd. Even out of all the creation. Science for there's no planet it may support life as you know it. Maybe life forms to be detectable by our faces now they are fine. But we still don't have it. It in the my young now the and say waba hana wabedru hana hu say hano ye unique no when see we nyame we free hama we nyame we free hama no mo dia face so
on be catch you say hanso at a point in time there was no life here.
There was no life here. Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
Kwaku.
Yes, nti
dia guy no frey and say he believes in a specific force. Do you hold that position?
No, I don't.
Say force be anyhow.
Obian to demonstrate and I don't have any evidence there is any force, but he's entitled to his belief or nigidi ho kwan so obian so nigidi ho kwan na opese udu gidi ho nkomode na ebebusa ho adanse nti se ugidi no ewo trimu a obian no problem unya ka ho asem de ebebusa ho questions nti afa mitimi yi nsem no okay obi kan say you adwen da ehu hia so be hu adwen obetumi akoye MRI CCI mbe yi adwen na kire
across here from Ukraine you know
talking about the mind said there's a
no what's the brain
you use the word
brain as one kind of brain
I think say mind
no mind no
and your mind but you use the word brain
we so intim
patro but we all can know the we all know the brain brain no
me reconstruct a argument bi e ho dada enye onefe nipa odikan a waka sa asem no intim patro polish
no me polish no but I know where obi can asem where you know where it's coming from if brain he didn't use the appropriate word.
But I also know that argument
he's not coming from there. He's not coming from there. He's talking about the mind.
If he's talking about the mind is just a thinking process. And to Ubiso can say Christianity is not a religion and also for a disca. Me person me refer to Paul Ekachems and Ananias and Nere. So Omonkoton Mejapade and Famreno. Now and also for no money anything different from there. Na Paul. Christianity is a religion. As a matter of fact, Assembly who are Christ kan ya ohun na obi anim dada. Sa do yonko so ohun no. Long before him, Buddha, who lived 500 years, had said it. Yeah. One can be no obi anim we said dada. Confucius had said that same thing. Yeah. Within the Egyptians, as a matter of fact, a more acronym sa do yonko so ohun. Yeah. Every social organism can had the last time. It's a concept na say adia ompese de be yo no ye mfa nyu obi eno obi so ka no obi ka but Bible mu no just coincidentally this week there was this documentary and it's true Yahweh is not the only God in the Bible. Oh, no. There are other gods in the Bible and at times omone Yahweh ediesi ebi at another time Yahweh di eno hon community. In the Bible, no, Yahweh is not the only powerful God in the Bible, even within the same Bible used by Christians and by Jews. Obinso Castle or that sorry, and there is no like logical to that statement. As a matter of fact, criminals ene obi kwa ku repeat akwala ku obi say nipa na sori nti e kamia is say waking up all that sori no enye special sir if they special anka criminal
you still seem to be focusing on still
there be obi
I wish you had tell us your
obi can say me na no direct last but one no obi ka say na placenta awode ne you know I don't get the logical argument. However, my sendo we be I ahwe sa placenta no viral origin and yet strictly human. Me dey sendo aya na ehwehwem. Me say me wo he na me ka tro say me nana e o gold efie mi ensan wo ho. Na me si gidi wo se unjindi. Why na so prove say me na say prove cho say me nana o gold efie mi ensan na when I so prove say menana any if you good mensa. All logical arguments follow that principle. If you make a positive statement, you bear the burden of proof. Until you say nyame wo ho no, ono na all the burden of proof. Enye say me na me prove say nyame ni ho.
No, we just called you to ask you why you want Nyabotre. We are not here to prove or disprove God. I mean, that's what I want you to understand. We are not here. Men and I said, why you why you unbelieve? The reason is known to you. Yeah. If that's how you want to remain,
he's made it
that's
known to
okay.
us, right?
And we want to know whether there's any possibility. Also, so we prove it. Until we say you improve God and Chiraw into what can was maybe made us be quite good. Or say we need Yankupon. Any question mensa. Question mensa they or say he believes in some form of